Ten. NBC Sports and TBS present the best in college basketball. Today, the Buckeyes of Ohio State meet the Hoosiers of Indiana. Brought to you by Michelob Light. After all, it's simply a matter of good taste. By Ford and your Ford dealers. We bring you the better idea cars and trucks for the 80s. And by Texaco, with over 66,000 employees doing their best at their jobs to keep your trust. Giant crowd of over 17,000 packed into Assembly Hall. They say the Big Ten Conference has the best 10 teams in the nation, best and toughest conference, and today we'll decide who is the champion of the Big Ten. Will it be Indiana's Hoosiers or the Buckeyes of Ohio State? How could you write a better script as you go through an entire conference season? It comes down to one final game. And of course, later today, the announcement of the 48 teams that will compete for the national championship. Undoubtedly, these will be two of them. Dick Enberg, welcome to Bloomington, Indiana. Al McGuire, Billy Packer here. Al, let's talk about the Buckeyes. They beat Indiana by 1 earlier in the year.
They got the best baseline in college basketball, like 3 tight ends, Smith, Williams, and Kellogg. They have combined weight of about 800 pounds. They must be neutralized. The key to the game, if it's a high school whistle, a fast whistle, Indiana will win. If it's a slow whistle, a pro whistle, Ohio State will win.
All right, the tougher, rougher game would favor the bigger, bulkier Buckeyes. Now let's talk about the Indiana Hoosiers and their fine talent, Billy.
I think they have a great basketball team, no question about it. It's a finely tuned team. It has all the component parts. The last time we were here, one of their key component parts, Mike Woodson, did not play. They need him. He's a tremendous perimeter shooter. In their passing game, he's a guy that has to have the ball at the end of the passing game. Of course, he's going to be back today. That makes him doubly tough. And they have another fellow. We talk about freshmen all year long. They have probably the most exciting point guard freshman in the nation, a great rebounder and assist man, Isiah Thomas. A super basketball player, gets the ball inside, leads this game. He's a guy we love to watch to play. It's going to be a super game, Dave.
It really is. Indiana and Ohio State not only for the Big Ten championship, but perhaps a prelude to the team to watch in the upcoming NCAA tournament. We'll have the introduction of the starting lineups, the Buckeyes against the Hoosiers, right after we pause for this word.
Indiana University welcomes you to the Assembly Hall. Here are your starting lineups. For Ohio State, number 23 at forward, 6'8" freshman, Cleveland, Ohio, Jim Smith. For Indiana at forward, number 34, a 6'8" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, Steve Bisley. For Ohio State at guard, number 14, 6'1" senior from Toledo, Ohio, Kelvin Ramsey. For Indiana at guard, number 11, a 6'1" freshman from Chicago, Illinois, Isiah Thomas. For Ohio State, the center, a 6'10" junior from Columbus, Ohio, number 32, Herb Williams. For Indiana, the center, number 45, a 6'9" junior from Anderson, Indiana, Ray Tolbert, number 45. One guard for Ohio State, a 6'2" junior from Barberton, Ohio, number 15, Carter Scott. For Indiana at one guard, starting his final game, senior co-captain, 6'5", number 41 from Middletown, Ohio, Butch Carter. At the other forward now for Ohio State, a 6'8" freshman from Cleveland, Ohio, number 33, Clark Kellogg. And for Indiana, the other forward, starting his final home game, senior co-captain, 6'5", number 42 from Indianapolis, Mike Woodson. The Ohio State head coach, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eldon Miller. The Hoosier head coach, Bob Knight.
Two tremendously talented teams, Indiana and Ohio State, two of the nation's top coaches to guide them today. The winner wins the Big Ten. We'll be back with the opening tip-off in just a moment. One of the largest crowds in Indiana history, over 17,000. The officials today, Muncie of the Big Ten, the referee, Don Edwards, Robert Showalter, the umpires, all out of the Big Ten Conference. The opening tip-off, it'll be Williams against Tolbert. There's the starting five for the Buckeyes, in Indiana's smaller, tough defensive team, best record in the Big Ten defensively. And we're underway. Tap goes to Carter Scott of Ohio State, and a whistle says Buckeyes get the ball. Last touch by Indiana.
Really, Scott should have let that ball go because the last fellow to touch it was Tolbert. He was just guarding interference over there.
Scott and Ramsey, the backcourt. Kelton Ramsey, number 2 scorer all time in Ohio State history behind Jerry Lucas. Scott, a very quick guard, can also play on a wing. Great leaper. Inside it goes to the big man, Smith. Rebound. Isiah Thomas all alone is Carter. Pass a little wide, so he could not go for the break.
On a long pass like that, the idea is to throw the ball towards the basket, and the man's supposed to get underneath it for the chippy layup.
Great man-to-man.
Tolbert. Rebound to Ohio State. Scott. And Ramsey will slow it down. What a difference in the Big Ten from the teams we saw 10 years ago when it was run and gun, and every team, even the losers, would score 80. But this year, almost every game of the top caliber teams have been decided in the 60s. Do you think they'll score, either team will score 70 today?
I think so. Today they will.
Kellogg is fouled by Carter, number 41.
Dick, we have an interesting matchup here. The Carter, a guard, is playing a forward defensively against Kellogg, who has quite a bit of size on him. Woodson, the normal forward, is back in the backcourt against Carter Scott, so a little flip-flop by Bobby Knight.
Clark Kellogg at the line is the man who beat Indiana at Ohio State earlier in the year on 2 free throws in the final seconds, 59-58, and one of the free throws hit the rim, bounced around all day before it went through, and that wasn't unlike it.
Actually, that one was a lot cleaner than the other one. The other one bounced straight up in the air.
The trajectory on that one wasn't good. Let's see if he gets the ball a little bit higher this time. That's higher.
Ohio leads 2-0. Almost a turnover.
Ohio State wants to run.
Thomas dragged his foot, no basket. Ohio State the other way.
Here you have Isiah Thomas, a guy who's committed quite a few fouls this year, having to go up against Calvin Ramsey, who is a tremendous penetrator and a great athlete.
Bob doesn't want the game to get physical. Bobby Knight just jumped up and said something to the official running down court. I truly believe this is the key to the game, whether it's a physical game or a high school game.
Inside to Smith all alone, and he is fouled by Tolbert as he misses a fairly easy chance. So to the line goes Jim Smith of Ohio State. He is not a good free throw shooter, hitting just 54%.
Dick, that's kind of interesting. 2 times down the court in a row, Ohio State has gone to Smith, keeping the ball away from Williams. He is definitely a secondary shooter on this ball club.
Smith from Cleveland, a junior, 6'9". Makes it 3-0, all on free throws.
Well, see, Indiana doesn't have a true center, and they'll try to post up. And what you mentioned earlier, Billy, was a good point. Kellogg will post up harder.
4-0. The Buckeyes lead on the free throws.
Full court pressure, but of course there's one man not playing anybody. Smith not playing Woodson, so Indiana can beat it easily.
That's a key matchup, Smith defensively against Woodson.
Woodson quicker, but Smith is a big guy to try to handle inside.
There they are, Smith, Hawking, Woodson. Thomas, the freshman from Chicago, not there. Rebound, Kellogg. Freshman for the Buckeyes. And now Ramsey, the quarterback.
Boy, Ohio State has great rebounding at every position.
Ramsey scores, and the Buckeyes jump out to a 6-0 lead.
Indiana needs a basket here, or Bobby Knight will probably come with a timeout.
Well, they'll probably go to Woodson.
Woodson to the baseline. Blocked, and a foul on Smith for blocking. That'll be a non-shooting foul.
Woodson is the man of the hour when they get in some trouble, and you can see he really has a quickness advantage over Smith. We'll see him right here. Good pump fake. Beats Smith rather easily. There was the foul with the body, blocked away by Williams.
It was a continuity foul call, so it'll be a two-shot foul.
And Bobby Knight talking with the official at midcourt. 39-year-old head coach, volatile at times to be certain, and this is a most important game for him. I think some folks around the country can't possibly weigh the importance of winning the Big Ten championship. When you're in this part of the country, that is a very important title, and Knight wants it very much.
Well, also in this game, it means an automatic bye, which is very important in the NCAA. You either play 4 or 5 games.
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Well, Woodson puts Indiana on the board, 6-1.
Ramsey beat Thomas the last time down at court rather easily.
Scott has Woodson. Smith for a 15-footer. Rebound, Tolbert. Carter, Tolbert. Rebound, Ramsey. Stolen away by Thomas. Mike Woodson gets his own rebound. Mike Woodson, who had back surgery in December, returned to the lineup 2 weeks ago and made his first 3 shots. A miracle that he could even come back, and he's playing as though he never had a problem.
You see that Indiana's not even playing Jimmy Smith. They're letting him handle the ball because they're trying to double on Williams. And a triple team
Against Williams.
You see the last play coming up right here. Woodson drives in the lane. Now, he thinks he can beat Smith, but watch him follow his own shot. Great offensive rebounding.
And in comes Ray Tolbert.
Smith
Blocked shot by Smith, and he's leading the breakdown court.
Oh, great catch and play.
8-3 as Jim Smith scores for Ohio State. 3.5 minutes gone.
Clear out for Thomas.
Boy, is he quick. Foul, Ramsey.
What I think was so great about this play, Al, is the fact that Smith, a big man, caught the ball in the open field and was able to keep it under control, even with Tolbert coming over his head, dunked on the run. Great play. These guys are super athletes.
Foul against Ramsey was his first. Thomas, lightning quick. Beautiful block by Williams, and knocked out of bounds by Thomas of Indiana.
Thomas, a very active player. You look at his stats, he has over 100 rebounds as a point guard. Now that's incredible.
You got to be careful. He gets foul trouble today. He's picking up Ramsey, who has been, all Big Ten in the sophomore and junior year, be it again this year, and he's a first-round draft choice.
Inside it goes to Williams. Smith rebounds, and Risley hauls it down for Indiana, and he is fouled.
Foul on Kellogg, reaching around.
So far, Al, you're talking about Eldon Miller's Buckeyes, that front line, that has become quite apparent. Miller has that ball going inside. He's going to test the smaller Indiana defensive front line.
The game is going to be won by Ohio State within 3 feet of the basket.
So you're picking Ohio State?
No, I'm saying they're going to win.
Oh, okay.
Inside to Butch Carter. Tolbert playing away from the basket, trying to draw some of that beef away from the iron. Inside now to Tolbert. Good
Nice
move.
take.
Beautiful block. And a foul is called.
Looked like Williams had all ball that time, Billy.
I don't think the foul's going to be on Williams. I think they're going to call a foul on Smith. We'll have to see. Yeah.
See, at University of Indiana, no one posts up. Maybe sometimes Lyndon Turner will post up. Here he goes inside.
Right. There's the, and I agree with you. He had all ball. They did eventually call the foul on 32, which is Williams, but I think Smith is the one that hit him with the body.
Second foul on Williams. 2 team fouls for Indiana, 4 against Ohio State.
Indiana doesn't believe in posting up. They have flash posting. You go in there, you count 1, 2, and you get out. Bobby Knight likes his middle open. He likes the motion game, the passing game.
Tolbert, a junior, Hoosier from Anderson, Indiana.
We look at this matchup when it goes back down to court. Smith is really not being guarded. Grizzlies trying to help out on Williams.
Tolbert misses both free throws, so it remains 8-3 Ohio State.
See, there's Grizzly right with Williams, leaving Smith wide open.
Scott connects the left-hander. It's 10-3 Ohio State.
Can't let Scott shoot. He pulled it off Scott that time to help out in the pivot. It's almost an automatic 2 points if he's open.
I think what Bobby Knight's trying to do is not allow Williams to get off to a big start early.
Interestingly, Woodson's follow-up basket, as Thomas guns, is the only field goal for Indiana in 5 minutes. Scott, and his quickness saves it.
Oh, great hustle.
Smith to Ramsey. Rebound Carter. Over 5 minutes have been played, and Ohio State leads it 10-3.
I think Isiah's pushing a little bit. He needs his first basket.
Woodson.
That's what makes him so good, Billy. He can hit that 15-foot shot.
He's giving Jim Smith a real workout. Now, Smith offensively, as I said, is not being guarded because he's trying to put double pressure on Williams inside. But he really has his hands full with Woodson.
Clark Kellogg, he hasn't touched the ball much. And traveling is called against Kellogg. Indiana trailing 10-5. Will be going the other way. But first a timeout here at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana. 14 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Buckeyes lead by 5. Bobby Knight, a graduate of Ohio State. He was on the Buckeyes 1960 National Championship team. Jerry Lucas and John Havlicek. And then, of course, coached Indiana to the 76 championship. The only man to ever coach and play on an NCAA championship team. His Hoosiers trail 10-5 in the early going.
Here we have a change. They're giving Smith a little bit of a rest because they know the trouble that he would have having to guard Woodson all day long. Ellinghausen in there.
Ellinghausen, who was a starter early in his career, but with the added talent at Ohio State, has been relegated to the bench. Isiah Thomas makes it 10-7.
Boy, Kellogg had excellent defensive position and led up that time on Thomas.
So the Hoosiers score the last 2 buckets to cut the Buckeye lead from 10-3 to 10-7.
2 reasons for that substitution. Ellinghausen, a good shooter. He happened to miss that one, but he's going to make Risley play him so that Williams can have the ball in the pivot.
Here comes Thomas of Indiana. Woodson has a great pump fake. He reminds me of Scott May, the way he sets up his perimeter jump shots.
Oh, Thomas.
That was a nice defensive play by Ramsey that time.
Sure was.
Turned over, Ramsey.
Oh, double dribble there by Kellogg.
And now out to Kelvin Ramsey. A lot of outstanding talent on the floor. We'll be naming our Gillette Track 2 Most Valuable Player, $1,000 scholarship later in the game.
It's going to go into Williams. There it is.
Can't hit. Rebound Risley.
Mark Kellogg showed that he's getting some experience by not taking that ball to hoop.
Tolbert knocked away. Fast hands of Carter Scott. Saved the basket.
Dick, do you realize that Carter Scott beat that pass down the court? He was at about half court as the ball had changed hands.
He has Houdini hands.
Butch Carter along with Woodson. Graduating seniors. Carter makes it 10-9. 6 in a row for Indiana. 12 minutes, 35 seconds left in the first half. A 1-point game after Ohio State had built up a 10-3 lead.
Oh.
What a play by Woodson.
Woodson, unbelievable. They're beating them down court every time.
Carter.
Oh.
And he is fouled by Scott.
Unbelievable play by Carter that time. The amount of room that he made up.
Everybody, here's Carter going in. Now Carter Scott coming right in behind him. Gets almost a piece of the ball, does commit the foul, good officiating. Here you are down court. A triple team by Indiana on Herb Williams. There's the long pass.
Where do you see the foul, Billy?
Got him on a hand.
Oh my, Billy, you must be trying to make up because I know a lot of officials are mad at you.
No, got him on a hand.
I'm going to take your striped shirt away. No more zebra shirts for you.
9 points in a row for Indiana. The Hoosiers lead for the first time 12-10. And it was Woodson's defense and pass that set up the play.
Let's see if Ellinghausen, who has the jump shot available, Dick, starts taking it.
Ramsey driving on Thomas.
Not a good shot.
Bad shot selection the last couple of times down court.
Hoosiers have run off 9 unanswered points. Looked like a travel. Risley scores.
Timeout, Ohio State.
14-10.
Nope.
11:50 left in the first half. Indiana has scored 11 in a row.
They better get Smith back in there.
Foul. Kellogg fouled by Thomas. Isiah Thomas with a lot of patchwork in the forehead. In the last 2 weeks, he suffered 2 different cuts, 20 inches, 20 stitches, and 4 stitches in the last 2 weeks. It's a physical game that Indiana plays, and Thomas has borne the brunt of a lot of wicked elbows.
Well, he's one of 10 in the family. He's the youngest, so he had a lot of bumps coming up.
Forehead looks like a torn softball.
Dick, Larry Huggins in a ball game, too. It looks like Ohio State figures that this ball game is going to be such a physical one, they want to keep everybody fresh.
Kellogg trickles it home. That ends the Buckeye drought, 14-11. 14-12, Indiana's lead, and a timeout with 11 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the first half. The host Hoosiers of Indiana lead the Buckeyes of Ohio State 14-12. I have for you the 48 teams and the pairings for the NCAA tournament. That's going to be announced at 3 o'clock Eastern time, right at the end of this game. Stay with us on NBC. We'll see, and you'll know if your favorite team is in the tournament and against whom they'll be playing in the first round next week. Foul is on 41, Butch Carter of Indiana.
Well, the signal by the official was grabbing the arm, but obviously it had to be an off. He's got him holding. Had to be setting an illegal screen down there.
Well, what they're doing, obviously, Bobby Knight picks down on the offense, and they do everything off the weak side of the court.
Early statistics, Ohio State, 3 out of 12 from the floor, 25%. Ellinghausen, offensive foul on Ellinghausen. Did he have enough room? Are you supposed to have enough room to turn
He hit him with the elbow. We got a replay on that. It'll be a beautiful shot. He really hit him hard. He went down for the count. Here it comes inside there. Gives a fake to the right. No, he hits him right there. Down he goes.
He didn't have room to turn, though.
Well, he doesn't get room to turn. The other guy's waiting on him.
Okay.
Only if he's up in the air. You got to give him room to come down.
There it is. Good call. Ellinghausen really doesn't need to go inside anymore. He can get the jumper from 12 to 15 feet because Risley's playing off trying to help Williams. Ohio State's got to get Williams out of the box.
All Risley's doing out there is picking, screening for everybody. He won't take any shots unless it's a chippy shot. He's headhunting out there.
Trying to get Woodson open.
Risley's not a bad man to be using that screen. He was a high school All-State quarterback at 6'8", threw over 50 touchdown passes. Woodson way outside, can't hit. Rebound Tolbert. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Tolbert couldn't get out of the lane.
Well, he put the ball down after the rebound. If he had just gone ahead and squared up with his body and not put it on the floor, he could have got out of there.
Here comes a key man in the game, Dick. Let's watch that score now. It's 14-12 favor Indiana. In comes Smith.
Jim Smith returns. Ellinghausen is out. Number 20, Larry Huggins, into the game for Ohio State. He's teaming up with Ramsey in the Buckeye backcourt.
He is the son of a coach, a high school coach, excellent out of Ohio.
There's another one on Thomas.
Isiah Thomas, and he has had foul troubles during the course of the year, and that's his second.
I feel eventually they're going to have to take Isiah off Ramsey and put him on Huggins.
That's right. They could do it right now. The only problem, they'd have to probably switch Carter out there because Woodson would get stuck with Ramsey. They don't want him in foul trouble either.
No, Carter would have to pick him up, though.
Yep.
Woodson is still a little, his back is still a little tight. He's kind of a stand-up player, but he doesn't seem to have the flexibility he had in San Juan when I watched him play this year at Puerto Rico when they won the gold. 3 of the guys in Indiana are from that gold team. Isiah and Ray Tolbert and Woodson.
That's the first miss by the Buckeyes from the line. They're now 7 out of 8, and it's a 1-point Indiana lead as we approach the midpoint of this first half.
Now they got Smith back on Woodson again. Eldon Miller trying to keep Smith fresh.
Williams on Tolbert.
Oh, are they playing tough?
Inside Thomas, blocked by Kellogg. Good play by Clark Kellogg.
If Isiah has one Achilles heel, he goes airborne too soon.
Beautiful
Huggins
shot
on
by
a feed by Ramsey.
Boy, Ramsey is certainly one of the best guards in all the country. He just can do it all.
Have you noticed that, Billy, where Isiah commits himself to the air too many times too soon?
Well, he's just a freshman.
Got a great
He is a great one.
He's the franchise.
Watch Ramsey defensively, too. He's playing Thomas head up.
Ohio State has regained the lead at 15-14. Indiana ball with 9:40 left in the first half. Terrific halftime interview, and Al McGuire with some penetrating questions of Bobby Knight. So stay with us at the intermission.
Yeah, Bobby loosened up. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed doing the interviews all year. This is my last one. It was a lot of fun. I thank Jim Maroney, my producer.
Isiah Thomas puts the Hoosiers back in front by 1. He has 4 points.
Herb Williams has not touched the ball. Ohio State's got to get him the ball some. He's a big factor in their offense.
There he is. Third foul on Isiah Thomas. That's a big play with 9 minutes left in the half. A foul on Thomas.
And Risley raised his hand. Now let's see what they're going to do.
They called it on Risley.
Risley did a smart thing there. He raised his hand. It looks like he's going to save Thomas from his third. Eldon Miller can't believe it.
I thought it was Thomas who reached in.
Well, this is good move, getting it into Williams. There's no,
it was Risley. It was the man who fouled. Good call by the official. Ramsey follows it in for Ohio State.
The one thing I disagree with Coach Knight on, he doesn't play zone when the ball's being taken out of bounds underneath. And there's a typical example of what happens. You've got to play zone. Bobby Knight has never played 1 minute of zone in his whole coaching career.
Woodson inside. Kellogg with the defense.
Well, you're not going to get inside with that reverse dribble. Just too much size in there.
Super play by Special K.
Williams.
Oh,
great rebound.
What a play by Clark Kellogg without fouling. Went over the top and makes a 10-footer.
That fella has to be considered on our all-freshman team.
No question about it.
Tolbert's hook is not there. Rebound Williams and a foul.
Well, I tell you what we're having right now is that front line you talked about at the top of the show, Al, just showing their superiority on the boards.
And for Butch Carter, that is his 3rd foul. Number 32 into the Indiana lineup, Landon Turner, 6'10", sophomore from Indianapolis. And Carter will go out.
It's a better matchup for Indiana now to have 2 good-sized fellas in it. They don't really have a true center. They don't play them offensively or defensively.
Billy, we should point out also that Steve Boucher, the outstanding freshman, 6'8" for Indiana, has a stress fracture of the foot. He won't play today, and that hurts the Hoosiers.
Dick, I really believe the key in Ohio State is this kid Smith. They turned around and moved that score back up since he came in again.
21-16, the Buckeyes by 5. They seem to play better when they're coming from behind, don't they, Ohio
They
State?
can't play ahead. I think they got the best material starting 5 in the country.
Wait a minute, what'd you say again?
They have the best material in their starting 5 in the country at Ohio State, in my opinion. Now, they have a problem when they get about 10 points ahead. They seem to go solo playground.
Bisley of Indiana. The Hoosiers trail by 5. 8 minutes left in the first half.
Now Ohio State has a pretty good matchup out there also. Huggins is playing on Woodson. Smith over on Turner.
Ramsey against Isiah Thomas.
Tolbert and Williams.
I mean, those bodies out there, they just don't look like college kids. Look like weightlifters.
The perimeter shot's what Indiana needs. They're trying to get it inside, just too much power in there.
Ramsey with a slapping foul. He looked as if he made a good steal, but with that kind of move, you're almost going to get a whistle every time.
Michael Woodson made a nice move there to get a 2-shot foul. He fouled through with his shot. He wasn't going to shoot at that particular time.
Woodson goes to the line. He missed 15 games this year, back surgery. That probably cost him the all-time career scoring mark for Indiana. He'll finish second to the former All-American Don Schlunt, the center on Branch McCracken's 1953 championship team.
You know, he's such a nice young guy. The thing to watch out here now, he'll probably tire, especially in the second half. If his shot starts going a little bit short on the front rim, that means he's tiring and needs a rest.
Bobby Knight's team, though, really is one of the best teams as far as physical conditioning is concerned, so he goes longer with his players than most.
Yeah, but he had a back operation. That's what I'm talking about, Billy.
Mike Woodson's 2 free throws cut Ohio State's lead to 3. 7.5 minutes left, first half. We close out the regular season today, and the tournament begins next weekend. Most of you will see four games next weekend. Saturday a doubleheader, Sunday a doubleheader. Check your local listings as we start the go-round. 48 teams battle for the 1980 title of college basketball champion, won by Michigan State last year.
There'll be a Cinderella team in that Final Four at Market Square.
Yeah, there's going to be, well, we're going to have the lineup for you, so stay with us on NBC. We'll have all the pairings for you as they're announced after today's game.
NCAA and NBC has taken this college tournament and made it a high school state tournament. The whole country is interested in it.
And I've got a feeling there's going to be some surprises in that announcement. There usually are. Oh, nice play by Turner with a steal. And the basket. Landon Turner. He looked Kellogg right in the eye. Took his eye off the basket for a second, and that kind of froze Kellogg.
Well, Landon Turner showed me something that time.
Inside to Herb Williams. He wastes no time in firing an 8-footer. 23-20. That's the first basket for the big guy Williams of Ohio State.
Tolbert got caught on his rear end that time. Otherwise, he should play his thighs. Billy, they're in a zone now. 1-3-1.
Yep. And they've got the personnel really suited for a 1-3-1 because Carter Scott, a great athlete on the baseline. This is an outstanding defense for Ohio State. They have the personnel for it.
Woodson should like it.
Well, it's hard to get perimeter shots because they got so much size on the wings.
Hail Mary shot. Oh.
7 points for Isiah Thomas.
That was over Jimmy Smith. Watch this play here. He actually tripped and still made it. Landon Turner trying to cut some people off.
And right back come the Buckeyes. Move back in front by 3 at 25-22.
Billy, why don't you explain to the people in the 1-3-1 zone why they put a small man on the baseline?
Well, normally they have to put their biggest guard back there. And he's the guy that's got to run from side to side of the court. A lot of territory to cover. They're back to man now. But when you've got a great athlete like Carter Scott, it really helps.
He has to cover so much distance, so you always have a smaller man back there.
Woodson has Carter Scott defensively on him.
Back to man. They got out of that zone just one time down the floor.
Both teams are in a 1-1.
Woodson can't hit. Rebound Williams. Oh, what a rebounder he is.
Look at him handle the ball, bringing it up. Oh,
steal. Ramsey.
Nice. Oh,
Give and go. The defensive gamble by Indiana cost 2 points, but there was also an offensive foul on the Buckeyes.
Dick, that 2 points belongs to Ramsey. That pass did it.
There's a foul on the charge against Williams. He really didn't have any room to come down. We'll see it right here. Watch Ramsey penetrate. Little beautiful bounce pass here inside. Here it goes. Man was waiting on him. It was in too tight to be up in the air like that.
He's definitely a pro.
Oh, no question.
Herb Williams with a foul, his second. Risley makes his 3rd point of the game.
But Dick, what we're seeing right now with Landon Turner in the ball game with Ray Tolbert, they're having to play Williams honestly. And that's giving him the ball inside and getting him untracked.
27-24, Ohio State leads with 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Big crowd, well over 17,000 at Assembly Hall, campus of Indiana University. Lob pass to Williams, and he is fouled by Tolbert.
There you have Williams again. See, he's on the low post. Risley is being brought way outside. Therefore, they're guarding Williams one-on-one with Tolbert, and it's very tough. You can see Bobby Knight talking to him right now, trying to tell Risley, you've got to help out more.
The foul was called not on Tolbert, but on Risley. They both bumped into Williams. It's Risley with a foul, his second.
But see, they're clearing out that side, Billy. It's awful hard to float when they clear out the side.
Well, Landon Turner on Kellogg is playing him awful tight. Earlier in the game, he wasn't.
Boy, they're hitting more criers on these foul shots.
Both teams.
Herb Williams, he was named the most valuable player on the U.S. team that competed in the Spartacade at Moscow last summer.
He's famous for breaking the backboard over there.
Rebound goes to Tolbert. 4-point Indiana deficit. 5 minutes remaining. Great play by Williams.
That's not there.
Here comes Ramsey the other way. Walked around Thomas. 15-footer. Rebound Turner. Thomas was breaking down court, but wasn't open.
Now, Jim Smith did a good job standing there to prevent the long pass. There's a lot of little things. You know what, Al? When he's in the ball game, they're a lot better team.
Well, you know, he's 6'8", but he's really about 6'11" with that body.
I can't believe Indiana's still trying to get their inside game going against all those bodies.
They don't post up, though. They're flash posted. This is their style. They're very patient.
Turner, 15-footer. They're going to give that a basket. They're calling basket interference. One of the Buckeyes did touch the net, and that's a break for Indiana.
You can touch the net unless the ball is inside the basket. So really, we're going to have to see this one again. Here's the shot. Okay, there's nothing wrong with touching that net. The ball was not down inside the basket.
Give him back his shirt, Dick.
So you say Indiana got a gift. Indiana got a gift, too.
Yep.
Listen, Coach, Billy's on a hot week. Remember who he picked would win the ACC tournament 2 weeks ago?
I got to give him credit.
A lot of people laughed at him when he said Duke.
Oh.
Williams connects, and it's a 4-point lead for the Buckeyes at 30-26.
You can see exactly what Bobby Knight didn't want to let happen is get Herb Williams on a tear. That's why he shut him down with double and triple teams. Good backdoor. Turner.
Foul on Smith. He came underneath him that time.
That's a great backdoor. Turner took him up to the foul line and then reversed.
Second foul on Jim Smith will send Landon Turner to the line as Bobby Knight talks with Steve Risley. Part-time starter the last 2 years and starting today because of the injury to Bushi.
It really hurts Bobby's team, too, because Bushi's another solid, he's a lot bigger in regard to the way he plays.
Bobby says the best ball play he got is Randy Whitman, the kid that's sitting out this year. He got hurt in the 6th game. You're allowed to be redshirted if you play less than 20% of the regular season game. So he played 5 of them. He had an injury. They sent him out for the year. So watch for Indiana next year.
Randy Whitman, the name. They say he's an outstanding player both ends of the court. Bill and Bobby, that's high praise from Coach Knight. Says he was and is his best player in 3 years to go for Whitman. Timeout, 3:47 remaining in the first half. Ohio State by 2. Packer with a reminder that we have a big sports day for you on NBC. Arnold Palmer hosting that Bay Hill Classic. NBC Sports World, and please stay with us, you basketball fans. We'll have the pairings, the 48 teams named by the NCAA to compete in the national tournament that will begin next Thursday. Herb Williams unable to connect for Ohio State. Here comes Indiana with a chance to tie. 30-28.
Tolbert hurt his leg a little bit that time. Might have got away with one.
Isiah Thomas, Tolbert, Landon Turner, Risley, and Woodson for Indiana. Tolbert, not there. Clark Kellogg rebounds for Ohio State.
He had indecision.
Yep, he should have gone up when the guy was coming down.
Great pass by Kellogg, but Williams lost the handle, and wide open is Thomas.
There's a foul on the other end of the court. On Williams. I mean on Smith.
Third foul on Jim Smith of Ohio State.
That's one of the few times Bobby didn't yell at the referee. He wanted the foul called down here. The ball goes up.
Watch Risley
gets the ball off here. But what happened, Billy, Isiah Thomas was free down the other end. He wanted the foul. He got it. He would have had 2 points down the other end.
So Steve Risley went to Lawrence Central High School in Indianapolis, a junior at the line. He threw 52 touchdown passes as a high school quarterback, 6'8".
Hey, I got a question in that statement about Whitman being the best player on Indiana's team. I saw the boy play. Now, he's smart. He's a little bit slow, a clever player, but he's not in the same class.
But his coach called him the best player he had.
After the game, you get with Bobby Knight, and you say that you did not say that, Bobby.
No, I didn't.
It's a tie game at 30 on Risley's free throws.
Then you'll really be slam dunked.
Look at Hunter Scott is short, gets his own rebound, can't bank it. Rebound Tolbert. Here come the Hoosiers with a chance to take the lead.
They'll get into their pattern right now. Watch them starting to pick down each time.
Tolbert traveling. It'll be Ohio State's ball.
You know, when Smith goes out of the game, the complexion changes. For some reason, when he's in there, or not for some reason, it's kind of obvious because of his body, but he helps all the other guys in Ohio State's team rebound a lot better.
Well, Smith plays with his limitations. He knows what he can do and what he can't do. You don't see him outside taking 20-foot jumpers.
A double stack by Ohio State.
Williams scores, and it's an offensive foul against Williams.
Uh-oh, the coaches will be up on that one. Eldon Miller's up and waiting for the ref. There he is.
Basket.
Here goes.
It's got Williams down. Look at Bobby's not going to complain about that call. Here we see it. Williams goes inside. Boy, I got to question that one myself. Pretty good move.
Well, say one thing, it wasn't a tickle foul.
No.
Both teams are in the bonus. Isiah Thomas, 30 tie, 2:19 left in the half. These teams played to a final second free throw by Kellogg to win for Ohio State, 59-58. Thomas makes it 32-30, Indiana.
Boy, he had beautiful balance on that jump shot.
6 points for Isiah Thomas.
He picked up 2 quick fouls. He's been able to hang in there pretty well the rest of the first half.
Ramsey, 20-footer. Rebound, Clark Kellogg. Oh, what a touch. He had to go high up on the glass to bank it home. 12 points for Kellogg. He leads the Buckeyes. Has he ever matured in the course of this year?
Last year in the state championship, he had 51 points and 24 rebounds.
Right back Woodson, and Indiana leads by 2.
You know, just the difference between Kellogg and the first performance. He seemed to be so much more relaxed out there today.
He started slowly this year. He was so heralded out of high school and a lot of pressure. Now he's playing up to all of his clippings.
Woodson just nipped that one out of bounds, and he's staying right up with Carter Scott.
Number 13 in for Ohio State is Granville Waiters from Columbus, a freshman. He is 6'10". He replaces Williams.
Don't want to pick up another foul on Williams. That's the move. Good move.
Carter Scott right there. Great follow through. You saw the form by the left-hander as he ties it at 34.
He might be the best athlete on Ohio State's team. I'm surprised Ohio State's not in the zone right now.
And they only went to that 1-3-1 one time, and although Isiah Thomas made an off-balance shot, I thought it was a pretty good move on their part.
Good defense by the Buckeyes. And Ramsey comes up with the interception. It's tied at 34. 45 seconds left. Ramsey can't score. Rebound Bisley. Wide open Thomas. They didn't see him. Now they get it to Thomas. That's hard. Let's go against Thomas. No, it's against Ohio State. Oh, my.
We got to look at this one. Now, he called a technical foul, I believe. Normally, when a ref calls a technical foul, it means that his call was wrong. Here it is.
Oh, there's no question.
Ramsey had position, right, Billy?
Sure, that was a charge.
All right, now, let's see. Let's hear this again. Now, let's see if he calls the technical.
Yes, by reading their lips, the officials are talking, and one of them said technical foul has been called.
Two-shotter, too.
Right.
Here we can see.
Hit
Now
Billy.
watch it. Ramsey's waiting. Goes right over the top.
Yeah, but had he planted that right foot yet, Billy?
Yeah, it wasn't as flagrant as I thought. Now watch the coaches work the official here. Coach will allow another coach near an official. If Bobby's talking to the official, Eldon will come over. If Eldon's talking, Bobby will come over. Now they're talking to each other. Promise me, son, you won't do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can.
Everyone's forgetting Thomas. He's made one of the free throws. He's made 2 of them.
Now he's got 2 more. And they're wanting him to stay right out there while he's got the motion.
Yeah, you don't have to be the best foul shooter. If you make 2 in a row, they'll let any foul shooter shoot his third because he's in a rhythm of it.
So shoot till you miss, huh?
Wait a minute now. They're saying just 1. I don't understand this. It must have been on a player then.
It was on a player, Bill.
It wasn't on Eldon Miller. Oh, all right.
Okay.
The Bobby's on top of him right there.
Bobby's saying that's what he wanted. He wanted to do.
37-34. Indiana gets 3 free throws to break the tie. 35 seconds left in the half, and Indiana now with the ball.
And how about going for 1 shot here?
I don't know if Bob would. I would. My style was a slow-down style. I like to get in 3 points, maybe 5 points up, but let's see what he does.
In any case, sometimes that technical...
5 count.
Got a little more than 5 out of that. 37-34 Indiana jump ball. And don't forget, Bobby Knight is Al McGuire's guest at halftime. I thought that was your best interview of the season, Butch.
Well, thank you. You got him to smile once or twice. General Patton. I said, well, that's General Patton's guts and someone else's blood. There you go.
Oh, great play by Tolbert. He took it back from Ohio State.
17 seconds.
Thomas.
He tried to make the great play and wisely pulled back. He was going to try to hit
Woodson put the ball up there with 4 to go. All right.
College basketball is brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealers who bring you the better idea cars and trucks for the 80s. By Allstate Insurance Companies. You're in good hands with Allstate. by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by Hertz, where the winners rent.
Roared in like a lion in southern Indiana. A half a foot of snow and sub-zero temperatures. Cold outside, but red hot inside here at Assembly Hall. 37-34. Indiana leads Ohio State. There are the first half numbers. Jack Suds-Bailey with the statistics. And what do you see, Coach?
I don't see any problem there. They're pretty much even, but the problem is the 3 personal fouls on 3 players in Ohio. Smith, Granville, and Williams, and there's 3 also on Carter from Indiana. That might determine the game.
I think the field goal percentage shows what type of tenacity we're seeing on defense. Nobody gets off an easy shot.
Indiana leads the Big Ten in field goals.
Beautiful pass.
Ray Tolbert gets the basket, and that is Indiana's biggest lead, 39-34.
Dick, as the first half ended, we had really a confrontation between coaches and officials. Bobby Knight ran the length of the floor. So we'll see how that affects the officiating in the second half.
Carter Scott makes it 39-36. 6 points for Scott.
There's the pass by Isiah Thomas. That meant the 2 points. Ray dropped it in beautifully.
Had to be a perfect pass. Kellogg with good defense.
Here we see the zone defense again. Ohio State used it just 1 time in the first half. Now this is a 2-3 zone defense as opposed to the 1-3-1.
Butch Carter blocked by Kellogg.
I think this could be a super zone defensive team with this personnel they have.
Better if they had the lead. It's hard to play a zone when you're behind.
Carter,
not if they're putting up the shots.
And it comes out to Risley. Same team that started for Indiana. Risley, Woodson, Carter, Tolbert, and there's Thomas. Not there. Rebound Williams of Ohio State playing with 3 fouls. So is Ramsey with the ball. Kellogg open, 18-footer. Good hustle by Kellogg, but Indiana's Risley comes up with it.
Kellogg had a great first half. 3 for 3 from the field, 4 for 4 from the foul line, and excellent defensive play and rebounding. There's the 2-3 zone. Ramsey matching up out front.
Risley partially blocked by Smith.
Boy,
there's that big front line again, Coach.
Well, did Smith get up there that time? Excellent play.
Where's Kellogg between the legs? Doesn't need that action. That's what I was talking about, Al. When they play a zone, if the other team's going to put the ball up, they really are tough.
Carter Scott into the alley and hits another left-hander. 39-38. 8 points for Scott.
Bobby Knight telling his club, let's get better shot selection. Look for Woodson to try to get open. They're burying him over here on the sidelines. He's over with Kellogg, but you don't have any easy shots. There he is.
Woodson, good pump fake. Boy, he works that baseline. The foul is on Woodson. The basket is good.
Excellent head and shoulder fake that time, coming around his man.
But against the zone where you can be patient, here's Woodson. There's that pump fake you mentioned earlier, Dick. He does have a great one. Comes down off the jumper, man waiting on him.
Yeah, he had too much momentum.
First foul on Woodson. 3-point lead for Indiana, and a good defensive play by Woodson as a jump ball is called. It'll be Scott and Woodson. That'll be a good jump.
He went around the fella's leg and held the ball. He also had the leg in front of the ball.
I really think what we'll see against that zone is Mike Woodson become more and more active. There you see it right there. Has to jump up between the legs.
Woodson taller, but Scott is a great leaper.
Look at him down there on the floor.
Yeah, he's like a rubber band.
Woodson gets it.
It goes to Williams, who scores 41-40 Indiana, as Williams has 11 points.
What the zone does, it takes away some of Indiana's movement, too, where they have to go more and more to Woodson.
Got to have patience against the zone. Indiana should have the patience.
Woodson inside again to score. 43-40. Woodson has 13 to lead the Hoosiers.
You couldn't make a move like that with a bad back. He's well.
We talked about component parts, Nick. Now imagine Indiana against the zone without Mike Woodson. They just don't have a ball club for it.
Well, they haven't lost since he returned to the lineup. Clark Kellogg is short. Rebound Thomas.
That little guy's got over 100 rebounds on the year in the toughest physical conference in the world.
Woodson, long. Tipped away by Scott. Williams ahead to Ramsey, 2-on-1. Ramsey can't score, Smith can't tip.
Woodson is very, very tired.
4-on-1, Thomas blocked by Williams.
Nice play by by Herb Williams that time.
Woodson's exhausted. No one there. It's Smith.
They need a timeout here. What happened with Woodson, his last shot was a pancake shot. As I said earlier, as his shot starts falling down, it means he's tired.
Yep. Bobby Knight doesn't want to call that first timeout, but Woodson is exhausted.
Jim Smith's two-handed dunk has made it 43-42. Ohio State trails Indiana by 1. Woodson can't hit. Williams rebound.
He's really tired, Dick. He's got to get that second breath. Remember that Bobby Knight didn't substitute that first half as the way Ohio State did.
Inside to Smith, trying to take the lead, and he gets it. 2 in a row for Smith.
Bobby Knight needs
the
some time.
Buckeyes are in front 44-43.
Smith has to be the most underpublicized great ball player in the Big Ten.
I don't know if he's a great player. I think he's a good component part.
He's a complimentary ball player, Bill. He does what has to be done. You know, I had 10 guys go to the NBA. I had 10 guys that were as good as those 10 guys.
Woodson misses again. That's 3 in a row.
He's tired, Dick, and he's got to go ahead and get a breather right here. He just doesn't have it. Bobby Knight waiting for the TV timeout and gets it.
Here is the timeout with 15:23 left in the game. The sizzling action of the first half continues in the second half. Ohio State back in front by 1. Hey, Billy, remember we were looking for Coach McGuire last night? Now we know where he was.
South Britain T-shirt.
I don't want my family tree traced.
Talk about skeletons in the closet.
Wait, Billy,
Like
you made a
Forrest
comment.
Gump.
You made a comment about Mike Woodson being tired. He's had all of the halftime to rest up. How could he be tired so quickly?
I think it's almost like hyperventilating, Dick. You get yourself so excited, emotionally involved in a game. You come out, you just can't ready to get that second win.
Woodson has never won a Big Ten either, Billy. I mean, that's a lot to win this game.
Scramble and a jump ball traveling against Indiana. He rolled over with the ball, apparently.
Well, if you roll over to try to gain advantage, they almost always call it traveling. If you're out there in the open court area, you usually get away with it.
Ohio State 44, Indiana 43. We played 5 minutes into the second half.
Trying to get Herb Williams open again. Look at Bisley cheating so much over there to help out.
They got him open now. Once Carter cleared out to the other side, they can hit him now. See that?
There it is.
Williams,
Oh.
jump hook, rebound Thomas. He was fouled by Kellogg.
You know what happens is that a big man knows the ball's coming to him, and he thinks he has to shoot it every time. If he got the ball back out, regained position. But right away, Herb Williams knows they're coming to him, so he takes a bad shot. Al?
No, so the people understand. You clear out a side, then you put the big man over there, then you can feed him. Once Carter cleared out of that side, then Ramsey could hit him with the ball.
Indiana trying to take the lead. Steve Bisley to Woodson to Thomas way outside. Indiana 45, Ohio State 44. 13 for the freshman Isiah Thomas.
That was from downtown. Anytime he makes the second bounce when he comes down for the jump shot, it's almost golden.
Carter Scott blocked by Woodson. Out of bounds to Ohio State. Woodson Scott wanted a foul.
Well, it was a hairline.
Carter Scott, what an athlete. You talk about an underrated player. And Isiah Thomas doing a great job defensively. You know, he might get beat right here.
Ramsey
He had 2 fouls on him at the opening buzzer.
Ohio State regains the lead. 14 minutes, 10 seconds left. Ellinghausen in the game is now assigned to Woodson. No, it's in the zone, and Thomas does not hit. He is fouled by Scott.
I think that's Scott's. No, that's not.
Second foul on Carter Scott.
You see Isiah Thomas taking some of the pressure off Mike Woodson by taking a few outside shots.
At the line, 18-year-old freshman from St. Joe's High School in the Chicago area, Isiah Thomas ties it up at 46. He's looking for his 15th point of the game. He's averaging 14 a game. Indiana leads 47-46.
He's shooting 75% from the line, but he looks like a much better free throw shooter than that.
Ramsey to Kellogg.
Now, Bobby says he doesn't play zone, but he's got 4 guys really hugging in there tight right now.
They're floating off the weak side, trying to block up the middle, Billy.
And that's what was available. Ellinghausen taking the jumper because Bisley's trying to help out of Williams.
Jim Ellinghausen, senior from Plymouth, Michigan, has given Ohio State the lead. A bad pass by Indiana.
Butch Carter not having a good day. Hadn't been in the offense very much. Hadn't looked for the shot.
Well, they got in foul trouble early in the first half. He had 3 on him. That affects your play.
That ball went down on the knee. A bunch of fans there. Ohio State kids want to play with the same one. Double low post down there for Ohio State.
Ramsey with Thomas. Good move by Ramsey, the senior. And it's 50-47 Ohio State. 9 points for Ramsey.
He's got to be first team All-American guard, Kelvin Ramsey.
He went to the left end, did a 360, come back to the right, and left Isiah there.
Woodson to the baseline. Hits the 12-footer, and he's fouled. Ellinghausen got him.
What a difference a timeout makes. He had his touchback. Boy, he goes and works that baseline as well as anybody. Ellinghausen coming down, hitting him on the arm, and look at the follow-through and concentration by Woodson.
That's an excellent shot there. It showed the trajectory of the ball.
Harry Coyle, our director, and his fine camera crew. Kenneth Edmondson, our producer, from Bloomington, Indiana. Woodson can't tie it. It's 50-49, Ohio State. Kellogg with a rebound. Ramsey brings it up.
Boy, could we have expected anything less, huh?
You had the feeling it might be another who has the ball last.
Watch that Kentucky LSU game last night, and that went down to the wire.
Kellogg can't hit. Rebound, Williams. Misses. Ellinghausen. And a foul from behind. Bisley, I believe, of Indiana.
Bisley was on his back. He needed a saddle that time.
This, Al McGuire had an interesting point as we chatted before the game, that this part of the country in the last few years has dominated the national tournament. Last year, Michigan State won. The year before that, it was Kentucky. The year before that, your Marquette team, and 4 years ago was Indiana. So someone's going to have to try to break that picket line that this Midwestern teams have created.
But the place where most of the teams want to go to is the Midwest region, because that's the weakest region in the country of the 4 regions. That's when we won the championship. We come out of the Midwestern region.
Landon Turner in the game for Indiana, hold in the rebound. Indiana trails by 1.
I want to point out when Turner came in the first half, he was the difference on the boards.
Butch Carter misses, but Tolbert rebounds. This is a taller Indiana team on the floor now.
This is the lineup that got him the lead in the first half, but now Ohio State playing strictly 2-3 zone.
Butch Carter got to put the ball up sooner or later.
Stolen by Ramsey. Oh, what a nice little duck by Ramsey. Just tucked it away, protected himself, and scored.
Bobby Knight is really getting on the Carter right now. Al, you're right. He's got to put it up, but the thing that's killed him is he's throwing the ball away.
Landon Turner fouled by Ellinghausen.
Jim Smith getting another one of those long rests. So you know he'll be coming back for the board.
That's 3 fouls on Ellinghausen.
Surprising thing about Ohio State, Ellinghausen 4 years ago as a freshman, played and started in every game.
At center. He was their postman. You can see how Eldon Miller has developed that program.
Now he's about 7th or 8th man on the team.
Landon Turner can't hit. Oh, he's a player that it can be spectacular or spectacularly unpredictable, as they describe him here in Indiana.
During that foul shot, Bobby Knight was in Butch Carter's ear.
Clark Kellogg with a rebound as Turner misses both free throw attempts. 52-49 as you look at our camera from high up in the ceiling at Assembly Hall. And when you're up there, you're really high. Foul on Woodson.
Too aggressive.
He came over all the way from the weak side to double team, feeling that with the defense on Williams, he was going to turn back to the middle.
When you get a high shot in that camera, know where the ball is now. Everyone's sloughing over to the strong side of the court.
There's how high you are at Assembly Hall when you have that camera position at midcourt. It's a big barn. 52-49, Ohio. After the conclusion of this Ohio State Indiana game, Sports World, they hit Classic, and we will have the pairings for the tournament. Starts next Thursday. Carter Scott can't hit for Ohio State.
Did Isiah Thomas get that rebound?
52-49, Indiana trails Ohio State.
Isiah Thomas plays big in the land of the Giants.
Dick, let's send out for dinner and tell him to keep right on playing. You know, you don't want to leave a game like this one.
You don't want it to end. It's like a good motion picture.
Oh, that was a great rebound by Kellogg.
Foul on Tolbert of Indiana. One of the movies nominated as the best 5 of the year, Breaking Away, was shot on the campus here at Indiana University. And in some manner or form, maybe stretching a point, Breaking Away has been tough to do in this contest between Ohio State and Indiana. They go through 17 games, tie, and here, after 30 minutes, they lead is 3 for Ohio.
Well, when Rex Lardner scheduled this one last summer, you knew this is going to be a classic. Oh, that was his freshman foul right there.
Isiah Thomas has his 4th foul.
You know, yes,
third foul.
Yesterday, Dick and I did something for the Heart Fund here, but after we rode through the campus, Dick spent 4 years at Indiana. He got his master's and his doctorate degree here.
A lot of memories. That's a long time ago. Good people and how they love their basketball.
Still trying to slough off the help on Herb Williams.
Ramsey scores, and it's 54-49 Ohio State.
We'll see how quickly he squared up for that jump shot.
Isiah turned his head. Still sitting in that zone.
Landon Turner jump hook. Rebound Williams. Well, this is where Ohio State has had its problems. To get a 5-point lead or a lead, we'll see what happens this time.
They've got the momentum going right now. Their team they got Smith back in the game. But their power forward, look at Kellogg, how much smarter he is now than earlier in the year. Just not forcing anything. Trying to get another foul on.
Smith draws the foul. Tolbert got him.
He went right at Landon Turner. I don't know who they put the foul on, Dick, but he just went right to the basket.
I think what they're trying to do, Dick, is get that 4th foul on Isiah Thomas.
The foul was called on Turner.
You know, with Thomas having to guard Ramsey the entire ball game, being a point guard against a great athlete, it's something for a freshman to try to do.
Well, here's the guy both of you agreed has been a key player for Ohio State today.
Oh, he just put up a brick. He became a bricklayer. Softened it up this time.
Smith has only been to the foul line 57 times all year. Luckily for Ohio State, no more.
Timeout, Indiana. 9:46 remaining in the game. Ohio State leads by 5. I hope you'll stay with the Peacock today and tonight after basketball and Sports World and golf, and then tonight a double feature for you. Monkey's Uncle and Aliens Are Coming tonight on NBC.
Be interesting to know, Dick, where they're sending all these teams to. Where's the ball? Kentucky, LSU, where are they going?
We'll have that information after the game today, so stay with us for the golf reports, and we'll have a cut-in and let you know the pairings. Butch Carter makes it 54-51 Ohio State.
Dick, that's probably what took place in that timeout by Bobby Knight, saying, Carter, you got to put the ball up. We're putting all our shooting pressure on 2 fellas.
You're a senior. It's your last chance to win the Big Ten.
Ramsey, Williams, Smith, and now out to Scott.
Ohio State getting a little patient here.
Kellogg.
Bad shot.
I'm not worried about the game. I'm worried about Dick's voice passing out in us here. How's the voice going, Dick?
I got the old pre-tournament throat again. Ramsey. Kellogg can't hit, but Williams rebounds at home. 55-50, make it 56-51 Ohio State.
That's a 5-point lead, not since the first half when it was 16-21. That's been the biggest lead of the ball game.
Williams with 13, Ramsey also with 13 to lead the Buckeyes.
Now that zone's kind of a 1-2-2 now. Ramsey's the guy that sets the position.
Isiah Thomas can't connect, and a foul on Woodson.
Yep.
It was on Kellogg that time. After Kellogg got the rebound, he dropped his head a little bit, but he held on to the ball. It's a very big foul shot coming up here. They're in the 1-and-1. Where Ohio State has only committed 4 fouls. Here it is. Watch when he gets the rebound. Watch him drop his head here, Billy.
Well, that's the second time that he's gone over the top of the pack with that particular long arm, straight leaping ability. He has certainly one of the best freshmen in the country.
He's a very gifted athlete.
I think his year is going to come next year. I think he's going to, with a little experience, he's going to become the super player everybody expected.
That's his 11th point, and that is his average for the year. All-star freshman comes in. He's been a starter right off the opening bell, 11 points a game. But where I've seen the most improvement is in his defense.
And his mental aspect of the game. And you know, Dick, this is the team that he joined that already had the parts. You know, he had to fit in whatever was left. And a big difference there.
8 minutes and 10 seconds left. Ohio State has opened a 7-point lead, 58-51.
Of course, the old Wake Forest Super Pro puts on a great tournament.
8 minutes left to go. 58-51. Indiana, a very important trip down court. They need some points.
You notice how this zone, Al, has changed. Now 1-2-2. They played a 2-3, and they've also played a 1-3-1. Carter knowing he's got to put it up. It's tough to do.
Kellogg, another rebound for Ohio State.
Indiana needs more rebounding power on that baseline. Otherwise, the game's over.
Lob to Williams. And a foul on Tolbert.
They caught him on the way down. He had him blocked, and on the way down, he readjusted and fouled him.
Third foul on Tolbert.
You know, the thing to think about the Big Ten, Dick, here's a club like Ohio State. The number of losses they have in their own league. I mean, it's just incredible to think of the balance that's taken place throughout this league this year, and a lot of leagues.
Both teams come in 12 wins and 5 losses. Williams, that's the biggest Ohio State lead of the game, 59-51.
Now, Bobby Knight's got to think about pressing, but he hasn't substituted much at all, and he's got Thomas with a bunch of fouls, but he's got to think about going full court.
Watch Isiah Thomas try to penetrate into the middle of that zone and shake and bake and kick it off. They're going to have to do that. He's going to try to penetrate.
He's going to penetrate against two, maybe of the best guards around.
Carter.
But see, they're not covering him, Billy. They're covering areas.
Yep. But they know. Look at how they're pinching. They see Isiah Thomas. They know that that's what he'd like to do. So they're pinching. Ramsey and Carter Scott.
Whoop.
Woodson open for the 20-footer. Ryan drives it home. 59-53, 17 for Woodson.
Yep.
The old thing that you used to say, don't ever throw the ball cross court. Nowadays, the kids are so gifted, they just fire it on over there.
He was fortunate that got by there.
Kellogg almost got a piece of it.
Now this Indiana partisan crowd on its feet, chanting defense.
They get someone to help out Roy on that day, on that Williams underneath.
It's a great team Ohio State has out there physically.
Well, Billy, we said it earlier, the best material in the country, I believe, in their starting five.
A good bounce pass.
Williams can't hit. Rebound to Thomas.
He's going to go all the way. There he goes. Nice pass. Beautiful pass.
To Tolbert, who scores. It's 59-55, and they're up and roaring at Assembly Hall.
Isiah, you cannot be a freshman.
No, he's the all-freshman point guard, regardless of how anybody else votes. Now they changed their offense. Kellogg, that was supposed to be a set play.
Well, here comes Isiah, Billy. He's penetrating, and he kicks the ball off Tolbert, and he plays it off a dunk.
Indiana scored 2 buckets in a row. If they can hit another, they pull within 2.
I bet you Eldon Miller calls a timeout the next time he gets possession of the ball if Indiana scores. They changed offense. Kellogg was going to get in position and threw it right by him.
Or did that Smith come out on
like a
Woodson?
cat.
Look at it.
Whoop.
Thomas. Rebound back to Thomas.
Oh.
Turner.
Smart play.
Carter.
Well coached. You always tell a team is well coached if they perform at the end of the game the way they play at the beginning.
Open is Woodson. 59-57. 6 in a row by Indiana.
Ohio State should regroup now. Take their time.
They're wanting to go inside to the big guy.
It's going to go into Williams.
Yep.
Foul is on Ramsey.
They needed a timeout to get organized and let this lead get away from them.
But Eldon Miller is not going to call time.
He should call it.
His assistant's asking him for the timeout.
Now they're going to call time.
The assistant's asking for the
No, a
timeout.
coach cannot call timeout. A ball player has to call.
That's right.
except in the international rule.
And he's been the only one that can call the time.
Indiana, you recall, in the first half ran off 11 straight points. They've hit 6 in a row in this rally and could tie it with a goal on this trip.
And Ohio State back to man-to-man now. Smith on Woodson.
59-57, Indiana trailing Ohio State. 4.5 minutes left in the game. Woodson with a fake. Woodson can't hit the banker.
Boy, that was the shot he wanted. I bet he'd make 99% of those.
Williams got another rebound for the Buckeyes.
Get the ball in low.
Oh, there's a foul on Tolbert, trying to stop Williams from getting position.
That's a 1-and-1.
Tolbert of Indiana now has his 4th foul.
Remarkable thing is Ohio State, who plays more physical, has only committed 5 personal fouls.
Well, they were in the zone for so long. You know, you've got that kind of talent. You stay in the zone, you don't get into foul trouble. They ought to be a lot more rested, too, down the stretch. But this is sweat time anyway.
You know, I think the officials are doing a great job. It's such a difficult game.
Yep.
Herb Williams gives Ohio State a little breathing room with his 15th point. 4 minutes, 18 seconds left. 2 for Williams. And timeout, Ohio State. And with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in regulation play, Indiana, Ohio State battle for the Big Ten gonfalon. And it's the Buckeyes who lead by 4. The rest of the Big Ten teams have closed out their regular season. Ohio State and Indiana tied for first place, settle the championship today. No question, the 2 top teams are going to go into the tournament. We wonder how many others from the Big Ten will be invited. We'll have that information for you after the game today.
Back to the 1-3-1 zone now. They don't want to give up the baseline shot. You can see that Carter Scott's wanting to stay out on Woodson. There he is.
4 minutes left in the game, as you can see. Ohio State leads by 4. Thomas with that lightning start.
Oh,
by Tolbert.
unbelievable Tolbert. He's a personality. He's a flamboyant type guy. He gets excited when he makes the dunk. Now watch him really go upstairs when he jumps.
I'll be honest with you, the 1-3-1 zone really needs some openings on the baseline. Ohio State, if they want to cut that off, are better in the 2-3.
Most of this crowd is on its feet chanting defense, but it doesn't stop Herb Williams, who hits a 15-footer. Is he agile for a big man?
Boy, he spun to the left and put it up there nice. I think the whole offense now is get the ball into Herb Williams.
Williams leads the Buckeyes with 18 points. Thomas to Woodson.
There's a solid screen.
And he backs it home.
That's what I'm talking about, Dick. You've got Woodson, a guy that plays down in the baseline. They're setting a solid screen for him. The 1-3-1 defense is going to leave an opening there.
I would put Carter on him man-to-man in that baseline all the time.
Go boxing one on him.
Well, you can't go boxing one to the forward. You got to go boxing one to the guard. You go boxing one, you got to go man-to-man on Isiah.
Ohio State with the ball and a 2-point lead with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Tolbert blocks Williams, and here come the Hoosiers.
I tell you, once he makes the dunk, he gets excited, and all of a sudden he's a mountain climber, Mount Everest.
There's the block again for Woodson. Now they've changed the defense. They're back to the 2-3 now. Much better defense against this Indiana team.
You'll change your mind if Indiana scores, Billy.
No, I won't. No,
I think you're right. That's been an interesting point. Thomas!
Yep.
And a foul is on home.
Oh, it goes against Ohio State.
Boy, Thomas took a chance driving all the way from 15 feet on in.
Hey, he took a chance bouncing against that guy, Williams.
That's right.
Williams has his 4th foul.
You know, another thing, Dick, talking about Isiah Thomas, there are certain people that have that built-in stamina factor. Ramsey's one of those players. You know, they go 40 minutes. There's no difference in their play from beginning to end. Thomas is the same kind of guy, just 18 years of age.
It is a shooting foul. 2 opportunities for Thomas. And if he makes them both, he ties the game.
And from now on in, both teams are in the 1-1.
And taking into consideration what it does, too, if Indiana has the ball and Ohio State's in the zone, they're going to make them play a man-to-man.
Yep.
This one to tie, but first a timeout. Ohio State has called time. 2 minutes, 17 seconds left. And it's a 1-point game, and Thomas will be at the line to try to tie it when we return. field, and a big prize. The jackpot is $300,000 as Arnold Palmer hosts his Bay Hill Classic. Michael Berger, the current leader. Youngster Dan Pohl off to a fast start at the Bay Hill Classic. Stay with us, and during the course of that live coverage, we will have for you the pairings of the upcoming tournament. It will be announced shortly.
We're going to have to also pick soon the most valuable player. That is going to be difficult. Woo.
The score, 63-62, Ohio State, with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left.
Dick, you know, they flashed the Big Ten standings up there. Just think Illinois crushed Indiana just a couple of weeks ago.
Thomas ties it up.
And they finished with a losing record in the league.
All right, now you got your chess game.
Spread out. They spread it out in a little bit of a delay situation with Ramsey at the point.
Important thing right now is to realize Ohio State has only called 2 timeouts. Indiana has called 4. So Bobby has 1 left, and Eldon has 3.
We've got 3 pretty good free throw shooters playing out here with the ball. Kellogg, a good free throw shooter and ball handler. Isiah Thomas, how many fouls on him, Dick?
Isiah Thomas in the game has 3 fouls, and a foul against Smith of Ohio State.
If you're going to foul Ohio State, you either foul Smith or you foul Williams.
Smith has 4. Williams has 4. So the 2 big giants on the baseline for Ohio State are saddled with 4 each.
There's something about playing that 4-corner type spread. You get a guy as gifted as Ramsey or Thomas. When they go inside the spread, they've got to know when they don't have the shot. That's more important.
I don't know when to kick off or dribble back
Butch
out.
Lee was good at that, who you had, Al. He could bring it back out of there. Hold up short.
Tolbert misses again. He's missed some critical free throw opportunities today.
He pulled his arm back that time.
Yep. So it remains tied at 63.
Okay, they're going to keep the ball in the better foul shooters' hands. Kellogg, Ramsey, and Scott. 1:28 left. It's on the screen, and it's very important.
Well, we thought it might come down to the final possession, and apparently that will be the case.
Backdoor, and it hit Isiah Thomas's foot. There's a kick.
Now here's where the coach's head has to be clear. He has to. This is what he gets paid for. Oh, there we got our blimp up there, our own personal blimp. We call it an airship by some other name.
Final minute of play. The Big Ten championship on the line, and each side has 63.
Watch the weak side floating a little bit. See where the ball is? Now they block up the middle. They're closing on Ramsey.
Ramsey had a good shot, passed it up. Kellogg.
Oh!
Play. Bart Kellogg gives Ohio State the lead with 44 seconds left.
All right, let's see what Bobby does.
In the air.
Lily, let's see what Bobby does.
He's going right to his offense. Classic game.
Okay, he still has 1 timeout left.
He'd like to have another one.
Yeah, I know. He'd call it right now.
Tolbert.
They're going to get Woodson the shot.
There he is with the ball.
Woodson, you should take it. You're the senior.
They're double teaming. You see Kellogg come out on it. Why would Thomas want
You got to call timeout. I'd call timeout now, Bob, if you're going to. You got 1 left.
Here's Tolbert.
Ooh, he walked.
Blocked. Carter. Stolen. Foul against Ohio State.
Boy, there were 2
Foul was on Scott there.
2 walking violations there. 7 seconds.
The foul is on Herb Williams, who fouls out of the game. There's a very important whistle. Ohio State loses its all-Big Ten center, Herb Williams.
I thought that foul was on Scott. I must have been blinded on or blocked out by the official.
7 seconds left. Williams exits with his 5th personal foul. He had 18 points and countless rebounds. And now to the line for Indiana.
But they're going to prolong this. See this discussion here. They're icing the kid. The kid's starting to think out there, you know, I've got to make the shots to get the thing into overtime. Then when he probably gets near the line, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ohio State call timeout. To ice him even longer.
At this point, I don't think anyone knows who is the free throw shooter.
What they're doing is seeing who the free throw shooter. Now, Butch Carter's the free throw shooter, and they're sending Woodson to the line.
All right, now they'll ice him some more. Watch.
Maybe the replay would show us who was the man who was fouled.
All right, there's the timeout there.
You're right, Coach. 7 seconds left. Let's go back to the play under the basket.
Okay, here we got it inside.
There's the walk.
There's the walk. A good block inside. Here's Carter getting the ball. Now watch him. He walks again. And there it was. Carter Scott made the good clean steal. But what I'm saying is the guy shooting the free throw, Woodson, was walking to the line. It is not his foul shot.
Butch Carter, let's check the statistics, is not a bad free throw shooter, 75%. Woodson is hitting 86%, one of the better free throw shooters in the country. So obviously, playing the percentages, Bobby Knight would like Woodson to be there, but it is Butch Carter who should be at the line.
We used to change shooters every now and then from one end of the court to the other and get our better shooters on the foul line.
Carter is 1 for 1 today. We have to pick a most valuable player. And, you know, we've never done this before. But you know what I think we should do? I'm just casting my vote this way. I think we should not have an MVP as such, but Ohio State should get $1,000 and Indiana should get $1,000. The two teams were outstanding, and no single individual.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the most valuable player should go to Eddie Bacalus.
So $1,000 Gillette Track 2 to Ohio State University, Indiana University. Hey, it's too tough to separate a name. They were all great today, and they put on quite a show.
They did get Carter on the line.
Here goes the kid.
65-64. Now Butch Carter will try to tie it.
You're going to call another time? Too late?
What pressure on the senior. He's never won a Big Ten championship. Oh, congratulations, son. Congratulations.
Timeout called by Indiana, interesting.
Right.
Uh-oh. Now watch this. They called a timeout before the ball was thrown in. There was 7 seconds to go. I'm back to Milwaukee. Or I'm back
That was the
Madison.
Madison. Don't ever knock Milwaukee.
Boy, I'll tell you, I got a lot of abuse on that, Al. They had 11-second discrepancy in the clock. People said I was totally unethical.
Billy, those guys don't get paid.
That second's got to go back on the clock.
It is going to go back.
And those 11 seconds up there in Madison were incredible.
But that's ancient history, gentlemen. Let's stay with this one. 65 apiece. We're seconds away from overtime, and somehow, you know, you have premonitions, but when you walked into this town on Friday and talked to the people and you heard the stories from Ohio State, you heard the rabid enthusiasm of these Hoosiers, and you considered this season boiling down to one game, it almost seems like it should be an overtime sort of contest to decide it all.
One thing here that we have to realize is that Williams is out of the ball game. They would have probably tried to punch the ball into him. Most games are won on the rebound off the final shot. So what I would normally do when I was coaching, I would substitute extra height in there. I never wanted a set play. I thought a guy should go one-on-one. At home, you throw. On the road, you pulled up for the 15-foot jump shot. I won't get too deep in that philosophy, but it's good. The other coach, Bobby Knight, down this end, what Bobby Knight should do, here's what Bobby Knight should do. He should alternate his defense and put a defense out there that Ohio State has not seen the whole game. And this will stun them for a couple of seconds.
Let's listen to Bobby Knight. Hear what he's saying.
Let Mike and I say, you're back.
All right, we better not listen.
Bobby gets salty now and then. We can't listen.
Right. One of the things about what Al said, Bobby Knight only plays one defense. Now, he may pick up full court, but he only plays one defense in half court. I think what we're going to see Ramsey with the ball, and Ramsey penetrating, looking to dish off her to get fouled.
Why did Indiana call the time and not Ohio State?
Because he wanted to set up. He wanted to set up. He wants to keep the ball up court. He'll try to keep the ball throwing him about 3 or 4 feet, where they eat up 3 or 4 seconds, getting over the 10-second line.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. He's not guarding the man taking the ball out.
He won't. 1,001. Here
Ramsey. He's got to take it by himself.
He might go all the way. Ramsey! Kellogg at the buzzer. That would have counted had it gone. He got it off before the buzzer. We go to overtime.
OT.
To all that they wanted, and now for the Indiana faithful, it would seem that Bobby Knight has an extra card because Eldon Miller does not have his big guy Williams.
Also, they each pick up an extra timeout when you go into an overtime. The 1-on-1 still stands up. Any foul that's committed, that's not a non-shooting foul, will be a 1-on-1.
Let's go to our overtime expert, Billy Packer. He had one last week, and that was an interesting piece of strategy where neither team seemed eager to just come out and play 5 minutes. They almost went for the last shot at the start of the 5-minute period.
Well, I think LSU made a real big mistake in that game, Dick. They had a superior ball handler in Ethan Martin, a guy who can penetrate and get something started. They ended up with the ball and ended up with the ball in the wrong man's hands at the wrong time, and that's the only thing that saved Kentucky in that situation.
Well, here's Ohio State's final bid for victory. They had it in the hands of the man they wanted, Kelton Ramsey.
See, they eat up that 4 seconds, get to the foul line, 3 seconds.
He had the shot that he wanted, though.
If the shot was kind of flat, you know, they had no excitement. They caught the side of the rim.
There's what you say, Al, about the second shot, the rebound shot, but nothing there.
By our clock, and now that is not the official clock you see. That's the NBC clock. Kellogg did not get the shot off in time, but by the official clock, I thought it would have counted. Nevertheless, it's a tie game. We play 5 minutes.
Waiters in the game now. They're trying to go with that big lineup.
Thomas inside, dishes off to Tolbert. He has played an outstanding game, Tolbert.
How about Isiah Thomas having the sense to realize he didn't have it, kicking it out of it.
Indiana stays in their man-to-man, obviously.
There's the freshman, Granville Waiters. Almost lost it. Fast hands to Thomas. Now Ramsey has to take more of an offensive hand, does he not?
Yes.
Stolen by Carter.
Here comes
Isiah Thomas.
Did you see the speed on Smith? He almost caught Thomas.
4-point lead for Indiana.
Now here's where it really hurts not having the center in the ballgame, because they have no offensive threat down inside. Waiters and Smith down there.
Clark Kellogg inside. He can't score, but he was fouled.
Extremely quick hands on this deal here, Billy.
Yeah,
Watch him reach in. See him catch
It really was. Right from the top.
Isiah knew it was taken, and away he went.
That's right. Butch Carter really did a nice job not trying to top. There's Jim Smith. Now Smith was under the basket where that pass was made. Went the whole 90 feet.
Plus he's 6'8", 225 pounds.
Clark Kellogg has been perfect at the charity today. He's 8 for 8.
He likes throwing the ball up in the air before he shoots because it relaxes him. Now watch him do it again this time. What people do in the foul line, they try to set some rhythm. They bounce the ball X amount of times. What Special K here likes to do is throw it up in the air, catch it, get in this rhythm right away, and shoot.
He's made 10 straight today, and Indiana's lead is shaved to 2.
He was on a rocking chair shooting those up.
Overtime, 4 minutes left.
You got to remember, if Indiana scores here, they got a chance to pull that ball back out.
Ellinghausen is back in the game for Ohio State.
They needed more scoring power inside, Dick. Pulling it out.
Woodson wants to go one-on-one on Smith if he possibly could.
Ooh, that's the last timeout they've got.
That's all she wrote for Bobby on his
Indiana
timeout.
calls timeout with 3 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. We're in overtime here in Bloomington, Indiana. The winner takes the Big Ten championship, and it's Indiana in front, 69-67. 3:41 remaining. Overtime. Indiana with the ball in the lead, 69-67.
Dick, I think that would have been a good time for Ohio State to substitute some quickness, because I think Indiana will pull it back out.
A lot of you have joined us looking for the Bay Hill Golf Classic. We'll have live coverage. Yesterday's action rained out for you right at the end of this overtime battle between Ohio State and Indiana. The Hoosiers, with 3:20 left in the game, have a 2-point lead.
Woodson's got to be careful with it. 5 seconds. Oh, he broke the plane. What I thought at that timeout is for Ohio State to substitute quick defensive players like Virginia did to them, Al.
Oh, gee.
Landon Turner can't hit. Rebound to Ohio State, so the Buckeyes get a chance with less than 3 minutes left.
Bobby Knight says, why the shot? Now, he has no more timeouts.
Ellinghausen.
Kellogg's trying to post up Carter, Butch Carter. There's a mismatch there.
Yep. Ramsey can't hit it. Rebound, Thomas.
Oh, you don't want to challenge him with the ball back there.
Plenty of time left, 2.5 minutes.
Indiana with a 69-67 lead.
See, they've got Smith, Guard, and Woodson way out away from the basket. Woodson, big advantage there.
We have received the official pairings from the NCAA, but
That's a lot of information. We'll try to get it in if we have a break in the action. Right now we're concentrating on this Big Ten showdown between the Buckeyes and Hoosiers. Indiana with the lead by 2. Woodson with the ball.
See, with Huggins in the game or somebody with some quickness, they would have a better matchup on Woodson. It's a tough job for Smith to guard him 25, 30 feet from the basket.
Ramsey on Thomas.
If you're going to foul somebody, Ohio State, you got to foul Landon, Turner, or Tolbert.
You better believe Turner's not going to touch that ball again unless he's this close.
Well, those are the 2 guys that have to be fouled. Here's Ray got the ball now. He'd come out and foul him.
Ohio State won the first game 59-58 in the final seconds on Kellogg's 2 free throws at Columbus.
See, there's that matchup that's really hurting him now. Smith just is not quick enough that far from the basket.
It's not only the Big Ten championship, but the winner also gets a bye. Only has to play 5 games in the tournament to win it, where most of the teams will have to play 6.
Smith really wearing down, too. Maybe they can make a switch. Put Carter Scott on him. That's what they ought to do. Try the best they can to regroup with Carter Scott on Woodson.
Well, they can't get to him, Bill. They can't pull timeout.
They can pull back into the zone.
Time ticking away on Ohio State. They trail by 2, and Indiana has the ball. Final minute.
There's a good matchup now. Carter Scott. See, Smith can't handle it.
Ellinghausen called for a foul against Tolbert.
That helped Ohio State.
Tolbert is 0 for 3 from the free throw line today.
Either one of those 2 guys, they had a foul.
Now the substitute's going to take place with Huggins coming into the game. Well, what I think is they should have let, now when they go down on offense, go ahead down on offense.
They should call a timeout first, Billy.
They are.
They got one.
Okay, call a timeout first. Get the guy open, get him iced.
All right, it's 69-67 Indiana. We're not going to go away for commercial here, gentlemen. It gives us a chance at least to tease some of the information. We'll have all of the pairings for you later today during the Bay Hill Classic, but some of the clubs that have made the tournament, some interesting ones. Alcorn A&M is in the tournament. UCLA, the 4th place team on the West Coast, has made the tournament. Marquette University, we talked about that last week, how important that win was against Notre Dame, is in the tournament. And of course, all of the winners of the various championships are there.
Who are they moving out of the Mid-East? That's the most important thing I say.
Well, DePaul is going to play in the Western region.
Western region?
That's what they played last year.
Wow, they moved the #1 team out to the coast.
Old Dominion goes out to the West Coast. So does Clemson, as 5 ACC teams made the Final 48.
I see Western Kentucky came along.
We'll have more for you at the end of today's game. Boy, that is indeed a white knuckler, Al. 54 seconds left. Ohio State, Indiana, and the Hoosiers lead by 2.
Both well-coached teams, an excellent foul call at that particular time. They put the guy in the line that they want on there. There's plenty of time left, 54 seconds.
Although Tolbert is 0 for 3 today, he is shooting a respectable 64.5% on the year.
If we could catch, if we keep the camera on his shot, we'll see if he pulls his arm back. If he pulls his arm back, the odds are he'll miss the shot. Normally, that's a sign of tightening up.
Like your hand has to follow through to the basket.
Your hand follows through the basket, your head, your body, just like a bird flying in there.
3-point lead for Indiana.
State now going to have to get that ball up the court quickly. He got a pair.
Oh, he feels good. Ray feels out of sight now.
Maybe his best game of the year, Tolbert.
Boy, look at that sea of red.
Carter Scott forcing the shot. Rebound Smith. Kellogg keeps it alive. And Kellogg. He was fouled.
He made up his mind. He put that strong body in there, and he stayed with it.
Boy, that was just a super rebound.
Yeah. Anything but a 3-point play, Bobby Knight says. A 3-point play is a mortal sin.
Kellogg's going on. Look at that rebound.
There he goes.
Then he fakes 2 men and makes the basket and gets a foul. You can't do more than that.
All right, a lot of time left.
And he's on the line, and he's been super smooth there.
10 in a row.
If he makes this, we get on the odd number, so we won't have a second overtime.
And you notice they got the smaller lineup. They'll have a better matchup defensively now.
Kellogg misses his first free throw. Almost looked like he wanted it.
They'll call that an intentional foul, 2 shots.
They did. They did.
Now, really, there was no need to foul there. 71-69. If he'd have made it, they'd have still been needed the possession of the ball.
Butch Carter Carter will be the free throw shooter.
And it's a lot easier to make a foul shot when you know you got two than when you have the 1-and-1. You have that second one coming. That was not a smart play.
Carter, who was the Ohio Player of the Year, so he migrated across the boundary lines and came to Indiana. He is playing his last game at home for the Hoosiers. A solid performer all year, averaging over 11 points a game.
Last year he made the shot that won the NIT. He was the co-MVP of the NIT.
3-point lead at 72-69.
Well, you're looking at some good form in the last foul shots that he's made.
Just has to keep that elbow in close to the body.
Misses that one. Kellogg with another rebound. Here comes the freshman. He is a scintillating performer. Ramsey to the hoop. Scores at 72-71.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Don't call it. 20 seconds left.
They had a chance to save about 6 seconds on the clock.
You better foul right away.
There's the foul, but that'll be a one-shot foul.
I think you're right, Dick. We look at that missed foul shot by Kellogg. The score would have been tied.
Well, they missed the foul shot down the other end.
Yeah. What I'm saying, it would have been tied.
Yep. 72-71. Butch Carter shoots 1-and-1.
Just an outstanding ball game. Great athletes. I'd like to congratulate the whole Big Ten. Obviously, it was the power of the conferences this year.
73-71. Butch Carter now about to fire the most important free throw of his collegiate career. 74-71. Timeout, Ohio State. Oh, Indiana called the time.
Now, that overtime. Now, wait a second.
He doesn't have.
He evidently got the one for the overtime.
13 seconds left, not 12. There are 13 seconds left. Indiana leads by 3. 13 seconds left. Indiana with a 74-71 lead. Here's what this game means, other than the Big Ten championship. The winner will go to the Mid-East region at Bowling Green, Kentucky, get a bye, and face the winner of the Virginia Tech Western Kentucky game. The loser goes west and will get a bye.
Also a bye.
A bye, and will meet the winner of Arizona State, Loyola Marymount.
Obviously, you don't want to foul here.
Out of bounds to whom? To Indiana.
That's the ball game. 6 seconds to go. Dick, we might point out that we got wrong information in regard to the number of timeouts left. Indiana did have timeouts left.
A foul in the backcourt stops the clock with 4 seconds, but it apparently will be academic. The Indiana Hoosiers, the national champions 4 years ago, have brought the Big Ten title back to Southern Indiana.
You can look there. You look at the smile on Mike Woodson's face and Butch Carter. They arrived.
3 times Indiana crowned national champions in 1940, 1953. Those teams coached by Branch McCracken. 76 team of Bobby Knights.
I'm still going to say this: Ohio State can still make a run at the national championship.
Oh, they're a great ball club. Any club could have won this game. Great team. Both teams are well coached.
Isiah Thomas has his 20th point of the game.
I probably would have recruited Isiah Thomas if I was still at Marquette.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone there, though.
76-71. 3, 2, 1. Ramsey, and it's over. Big Ten champion Indiana, 76. Ohio State, 73 in overtime. Bobby Knight congratulates his counterpart, Eldon Miller. Indiana goes to the Mid-East, will draw by. Ohio State goes to the West, draws a bye. We'll have all that information later during our golf coverage. Coming up next, Arnold Palmer hosts the $300,000 Bay Hill Classic live from Orlando, Florida. And I'll be back with the pairings of the 1980 NCAA tournament right here on NBC Sports.